Reserve time.
Hello, Dota 2 fans, and welcome to another day of coverage of Starladder Season 10. This is the Europe and Russia qualifiers, day 28, and we have a super exciting matchup for you
10
to start off
seconds
the day
remaining.
before even breakfast. I've got Team
Reserve
Empire
time. 5 seconds
versus
remaining.
Secret. So this is a fucking awesome matchup here, guys. I just woke up. I got no filter. We're looking really good here today. Secret is 9-1 in the tournament right now. Got to take a quick second look at Empire's record, but Secret has quite a few games to drop. We'll see if they do a little bit of a creative draft here, or if they draft something a little more stable and look to take out Empire and assert their dominance
Radiant
as well
team
as
won.
their position in the top 4. I believe this will give them 10 wins, and that pretty much puts them head and shoulders above most other teams at this point. So first couple bans from Empire are Skywrath and the IO. So IO, something
10
that
seconds
they
remaining.
run pretty well with Big Daddy here. Simba
5
is
seconds
Fly,
remaining.
guys. He's changed his name to Simba Dota, pretty much.
Reserve.
I gotta check Twitter to confirm that. Yeah, yeah. So he is
Turn to
Simba. So
ban.
these no-tail guys really forgetting their roots here. Alright, no-tail.
Radiant
These
team
Fnatic
pick.
guys really forgetting their roots here, as Fnatic is now pretty much disbanded and
Empire.
absorbed by MYM's former roster was absorbed by Fnatic, and 4 Anchors is pretty much the new Fnatic. Now, Brewmaster going to be the first pickup for Team Empire. They got to stand in here, but that'll probably still be Resolutions. Resolutions Brewmaster. So, yeah, it looks like Scandal is out.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Scandal does not play for this team. What the hell am I talking about? A little
5
early for me, guys. He's
seconds
playing for
remaining.
PR, I believe, at this point. So, DP Razor, really scary
Reserve
1-2
time.
here for S4, as well as Kuroki in all likelihood for Team Secret. And they're looking really strong early to mid game, especially when they get their mech up, as well as the phase Yule's drums. That
Team
generally comes out for
Empire,
this Death
turn
Prophet.
to
And we're going to
ban.
see a Dusa from Empire, something we've been really familiar with for at least the last 2 or 3 days in 682B. So Team Empire looking pretty damn strong if they're able to take this to
10
the late game.
seconds
Hopefully
remaining.
they're expecting their Brewmaster to be able to
5
stifle the
seconds
aggression and the
remaining.
push of Team Secret until Medusa is fat enough. So we'll look for a lot of space
Reserve
creation from
time.
Resolution and the other 3 heroes that they're looking to couple him with, somewhat reminiscent of a 4 Protect 1 strat. Somewhat reminiscent of what
Radiant
Cloud9
team
was able
ban.
to do in 2 games straight to LGD last night with the Terrorblade. TB equals tuberculosis if you watch that crap. I did. I was going for C9, but that was just. And I
10
do love
seconds
Terrorblade. I was
remaining.
a shameless Terrorblade picker for a long time. So,
5 seconds remaining.
but just sad to see them be unable to deal with it and
Reserve time.
drop to the lower bracket there. But I'm sure LGD will do fine and probably beat out whoever they face in the lower bracket. Not sure what happened in the Titan Alliance game. Still got to check that out. Just waking up here. But the Void is banned out from Team Secret and the Earthshaker from Team Empire. So they ban out some really solid supports. That's the one problem with opening up 1-2 as both cores on Team Secret is they are able to take away a lot of good utility from you, knowing already that you certainly couldn't put either of these heroes in a 4 or 5 role. It would just be foolish.
Team
So
Empires.
Dazzle
turn
going to be
ban.
banned out. Dazzle definitely something that is really scary with the Dusa. Just giving her that extra time to right click and to heal her up, and as well as the weave. Of course, as she's a hero that
10
relies
seconds
heavily
remaining.
on auto attacks and attack damage. So the weave,
5
something
seconds remaining.
they're probably a little bit scared of with
Radiant team
having
ban.
the DP and the Razor. We saw C9 use Aui's Razor or Aui's weave on his Dazzle with Fatah's Razor to serious effectiveness last night. So working against him will probably be
10 seconds
just as
remaining.
effective for the opposite side there. Thanks for joining me early this morning, guys. Once again, I am More Rage Please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and here for day 28 of Starladder Season 10. So,
Radiant
uh,
team pick.
we'll see where they like to go with these drafts here. Alchemist, a little bit of an odd ban out from Team Empire. Of course, his acid spray is pretty damn strong early on, -4 armor at level 1. And perhaps they didn't want the minus armor to be something that they're equipping Team Secret with. So they take out the Alk support. Probably wouldn't have seen him in the offlane in the first
10
place.
seconds remaining.
So a decent ban there, something that
5
can take them
seconds
into the
remaining.
late game if the mid game doesn't work out extremely well for them. Alchemist is one of those
Reserve time.
supports that can transition, like a Marana, for example. And the Nature's Prophet going to be banned out from Team Secret. So that'd be Mag's Nature's Prophet in general. They're going to be banning that out. And we see that Always Want to Fly is not here for
Team Empire's
Team
turn
Empire.
to pick.
So yeah, no Always Want to Die this game. Actually, big fan of him. I was a big fan of the tandem of Always Want to Fly and Vanscore. I'm not sure if it's just for this tournament. I haven't had the privilege of casting too much Empire lately, and there haven't been in some of the bigger tournaments like I-League and
Radiant team
WCA, so I haven't seen if Always Want to Fly is playing with him, but I assume he is, and I haven't heard news otherwise. So I was a big fan of Always Want to Fly Vanscore. Now, of course, Solo 322 is paired up with Always Want to Fly, but they've been looking just as good. Empire always a strong team and certainly the best in Russia, in my humble opinion. Of course, there is better in CIS, but in Russia itself,
10
Empire is
seconds
certainly
remaining.
top tier. So, Shadow Demon going to be picked up from
5
Team Empire
seconds
here.
remaining.
Really good, actually, into the Dune,
Reserve
as well
time.
as the Death Prophet, if they're able to defensively disrupt a target who's being gone on with the exorcism popped and be able to drop the Death Prophet in due time to keep that target up. That works really well. Also, the Demonic Purge is great into Death Prophet. It goes through BKB. It's a nice slow. And the offensive disruption into Death Prophet. All tools that will
Team
allow
Empire's turn to
Team
pick.
Empire to get away from a Death Prophet using Exorcism and disengage and go back into the fight when that cooldown is currently active. So Crystal Maiden going to be picked up from Team Secret here. So we'll see if that's a Big Daddy or a Simba CM. Probably be Simba. Like CMs usually run in the 5 position. She's not a hero that does extremely well
10
with farm.
seconds remaining.
Yules would be nice on her. A Force Staff would be nice. Some Arc Boots. But
5
these are all things
seconds
you
remaining.
generally expect your support to get at some time during
Radiant
the
team
game.
banned.
So really big pick that I'm a huge fan of here from Empire. Not necessarily when coupled with the Brewmaster, but the Magnus is picked up from Team Empire here. We'll see if this will be a Magnus. I'm going to assume it'll be an
10
offlane
seconds
Magnus.
remaining.
Played by Mag. Resolution will be in the mid with the
5
Brewmaster.
seconds remaining.
Just because a Brewmaster probably does a
Team
little bit better with
Empire's
farm.
turn to ban.
And levels even if not farm. So I'm not sure. Magnus with the new rune setup in 682 may do better in terms of last hitting versus
10
a
seconds
Razor.
remaining.
But we'll see. You generally don't see Death Prophet safe
5
lane.
seconds remaining.
So you'll probably see the DP in mid, and in that case, both Brew and Magnus do
Reserve time.
fairly well against that mid matchup. So ban out is the Marana here from Team Secret. They're going to deny up Dota for Dummies, which is Shadow Demon Marana, of course. Great roaming combo. Really easy to set things up. Another space creator for this Medusa. And of course, you see 3 potential Blink heroes in the Shadow Demon, the Magnus, and the Brewmaster to couple with this Medusa. So as I said, there's going to be a lot of space creation happening here. I feel like they're going to need a support with some damage. Perhaps a Lion would be good here. We saw LGD MMY, Mamoya, play an Unreal Lion last night, and also following that, Titan picked up the Lion in game 1 against
Ten
Alliance.
seconds
Alliance
remaining.
looked good there early. I wasn't able to stay up late enough, of course. When that game
5
was going on, it
seconds
was about
remaining.
6 hours until this game, so I had to
Radiant
get a
team
few
pick.
winks here before waking up, guys. But thanks again for joining me. I am More Rage. Please, you're a resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and this is day 28 of the Europe and Russia qualifiers for Starladder Season 10. So, final ban out from Empire is going to be the Enigma, taking away some greed from Fly and Big Daddy here. A really nice 4 position, so they're of course expecting a 4 with the CM out and the 3 cores picked up
10 seconds remaining.
successively from Secret here. So
5
we'll see what they
seconds
end up going
remaining.
with to round out this lineup. They definitely wanted to deny the big team fight ult, and they go with an ET here. So support
Team
ET,
Empire's turn
pretty
to pick.
awesome natural order is for them. They don't have too much lockdown, which I really worry about for Team Secret. Perhaps, of course, with the new value points in natural order, as well as ancestral spirit, with the buffs to them, well, with a buff to natural order, you can pick up a point or two in Echo Stomp, and we've seen that. We've seen 2-2-2 builds. We've seen things of
10
that sort
seconds
recently.
remaining.
So there's some lockdown there, but it certainly isn't reliable. And only
5
having the
seconds
frostbite
remaining.
is pretty dismal in terms of lockdown. And speaking of lockdown, the Sven is going to round out the lineup. The support Sven. So I said you need something that does damage here for the roaming combo of Shadow Demon +1. And that's exactly what they got in the Sven with the AoE Stormbolt, as well as later on God's Strength. And in fact, if he gets an Aghanim Scepter, that's going to be a really nice buff to Medusa here. So Sven going to be picked up. Resolution is going to pick up the mag in the mid, so because he's up against that DP, probably going to get a good level of farm there. Brew not going to do poorly in the offlane. We've seen Brew in the offlane quite a bit. And as I said, Empire is probably considering the fact that there's really minimal lockdown here, and that they'll
10
see
seconds
Razor in the safe
remaining.
lane, as well as the Crystal Maiden and the ET if they
5
run a
seconds
try. I've seen a lot
remaining.
of duels in 6.82, but regardless, they know that there isn't too much lockdown for Mag's Brewmaster here, and so not too worried about putting him in the offlane. So thank you again for joining me, guys. We got Empire versus Secret this morning. Got a couple more games. I'm actually also going to be casting a Dota Pit. So there's a second game for Starladder today, which is Hellraisers versus PR. I'm going to try to get that one in, but I'm not sure that I'll cast it, just because under the circumstances of Starladder EURU, both of those teams are mathematically eliminated, and so the game is pretty much pointless in terms of moving on to the LAN finals and the implications therein. So therefore, I'd much rather cast SNA versus Empire, so following Team Empire in Dota Pit, just because that has a lot more implications, and it's a little bit more high skilled in my opinion. Of course, Snot and Empire are some definite tier 1 teams there. I like to call them sneaky Liquid Nyx Assassins, as they are somewhat the reincarnation of Liquid recently. So pretty ugly Elder Titan here with these horns. I don't know, it just looks like something is missing at the side of his head there. But nonetheless, the maker of worlds walks into the bot lane. We've got Big Daddy on the ET, Kuroki on the 1 position Razor,
30
S4
seconds
of
to
course
battle.
in the mid on the Death Prophet, Puppy on his signature Crystal Maiden, and Fly or Simba Dota on the offlane Doom Bringer. So Solo going to be playing up the Shadow Demon, position 5, as well as Silent on the 1 position Medusa, Saneko standing in for Always Wanna Fly on this 4 position Sven, Empire
The battle
Resolution in the
begins.
mid on the Magnus, and Mag, of course, the standout player in the offlane on the Brewmaster. So let's get this underway here, guys. Invis Rune picked up by Big Daddy here. Bounty Rune probably grabbed up by Medusa. Yeah, she's got 161 gold, so looks like Silent grabbed that Bounty Rune. Looks like we do have, a dual lane for now in the bottom up against Mag, so he'll look to do pretty good early on, as we've got Puppy in the mid. Not really playing that hard 5. He's got Frostbite up level 1. He'll probably look to stack this, or perhaps even jungle with the Frostbite, and that's definitely possible as a CM. So check out the mid matchup here, guys. Bring up the last hit denies for you, and this is going to go pretty evenly. I mean, Resolution will get harassed out, but as soon as he gets his bottle, he can last hit a bit with the Shockwave, and he'll do just fine here. So we'll check out Simba. He's going to have a pretty rough time here. He does have a lot of raw HP, but no base armor for this Doom. Of course, he starts off with 0 armor, guys, and so a lot of harass going to come out from Solo as well as Silent. And we're gonna see Saneko just sitting here for now, soaking some XP. Perhaps they will roam on the rune spawn at 2 minutes. So as you can see, Mag posturing up pretty deep in lane right now. They've got nothing to lock him down, and he's gonna put two drunken baller crits right into Big Daddy, and he's only got 2 tangles on him. Of course, pulling towards S4 in the mid. So that's gonna help out Mag. They're gonna static link him up here. Boots first on Razor, but also boots first on Mag, but he's sitting at 350 to the 345 of
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kuroki, so it's going to take a little while there. Simba going to rotate towards the rune that is Fly. Saneko is already standing on it for the support Sven, so he's got the star, but he'll use it and pick up a rune here, which is the bounty. The double damage picked up by Mag bottom, but he'll put some harass into Simba here. One thing about Simba is he does have he didn't level Devour level 1, which is odd. Perhaps worrying about dying in this lane, so keeping a point for Scorched Earth. He'll rotate towards the jungle and find all small creeps left there by Puppy. That's super inconsiderate of you, Puppy. What's wrong with you? And so he'll find mud golems in the second camp, and wasting more time on the Doom is Simba. I was going to say he does have the aura from Crystal Maiden, so he can spam out Scorched Earth as it's up to keep himself in lane. He'll find an Alpha Wolf here, but I mean, great creep altogether, but not in the early game. Mag going to go down here to first blood, chasing down Big Daddy. He'll be cleaned up by a Plasma Field by Kuroki. So first blood goes the way of Secret, guys. I believe, if I check quickly, the odds are 69-31 for Secret. So, in my opinion, that's a little skewed towards their side, but they have been just dominant in this tournament. They are sitting at 9-1. They have only 1 loss, which I believe is to Alliance, but I'm not 100%. I'd have to check that out there. So, I will do so if there is a pause or something of the likes. Puppy sitting at level 2. We'll take a look at the hero levels. He is above, actually, 5 players in the game so far, the 2 supports as well as their own offlaner and Mag in the offlane. But Mag will ding 3 soon. Kuroki just going to zone him out here with the static link. 21-6 is the S4 Death Prophet in the mid. We'll see some TP rotations in from Big Daddy's Elder Titan here. And maybe a Crypt Swarm. Oh, he doesn't have Spirit. So he did go for 1 point in the Stomp, but he does not have Ancestral Spirit at this point. He's just going to go and secure the rune with the help of Simba as well as S4. And that's a bounty rune for S4, as the rune is picked up bottom by Crystal Maiden, which is a haste rune. Perhaps he looks to rotate into lane, but Kuroki pretty tanky at 682 health. He's already got treads on him, and he can toggle those to even get a little bit tankier, as well as the Plasma Field's going to do a lot of work against Puppy, who's only at 473 health at this point. But what I was going to say was 22-6 of S4's Death Prophet up against the 18-3 of Mag's Resolution's Mag here. And so he's certainly winning that lane pretty handily, but Mag is sticking around. Smoke rotation here from Saneko as well as Solo towards the mid, and perhaps they realize Mag's Resolution yelling over for, come kill this bastard. I need some more CS. Perhaps they wrap around top though. Big Daddy, pretty squishy target at this point in the game, but he's not far back enough for them to do something about it. So they will rotate around through the tower here, and they certainly will find him. So we'll see if Silent looks to come in here. He doesn't have enough mana for a Mystic Snake, but they'll pop a Tangle first, as well as the Warcry. Stormbolt going in first. Couple right clicks with the Soul Catcher. Stomp just fractions of a second late there for Big Daddy. Not sure if he could have even started channeling that any earlier, but they do find a kill. Return kill here for the side of Empire, so that one goes the way of Shadow Demon solo, and he'll pick up probably boots off of that. He does from the side shop. Stomp out there. Ancestral Spirit is up now, so 1/1/1 build for Big Daddy. He's holding on to a point here at level 4. Not sure what he's going to do with that yet. We'll take a look at Kuroki. He's sitting on 1,600 gold, topping off the CS chart at 37 and 16, so really doing well against Mag. Mag is only sitting at 4-0 to the 8-0 of Simba. Of course, Simba's been in the jungle for a while, and he does have his Tranquils up now, so he can sit in lane, especially with his Scorched Earth. He's probably going to go back and do that. We do see Seneko in mid lane once again. Pretty sure S4 saw him walk up the hill despite it being nighttime, so not going to play overly aggressive here, I don't think S4 will. Mag sitting at 30 creep hits here, 30 last hits, which is pretty good. 30 and 7 up against the 35 and 11 of S4. You expect S4 to probably win even further there, so Resolution doing well for himself. He's sitting at 1,200 gold as well as boots and bottles, so he'll have a timely blink here around the 10-minute mark. If all continues to go well for him. And Puppy, dedicated jungler here, 1/1/2 build for the team. Smoke rotations top once again. They see Simba back in lane here. It's actually Big Daddy, I should say, back in lane. 720 HP at this point, and boots only. They're going to find him again with a Stomp, Soul Catcher, and a few right clicks, and definitely enough to kill him. Even the Mystic Snake from Silent to finish things off. But all the meanwhile, the supports here for Secret have been rotating around. Big Daddy's been pretty much taking up the offlane as the Titan. Simba and Puppy have both been in the jungle, and Mag's had some space in the bot lane. Of course, he's only got boots and 560 gold, but he's almost level 6, and that helps a whole lot when you consider that Resolution will certainly be building back. He has his Arc Boots up, actually, so he'll opt for the Arc Boots first. And Exorcism was popped mid here by S4, but he won't have enough to take out the T1 here. He's only got a couple seconds left of duration. Is the Spirit close enough to get a stop? No, but the Spirits may catch up to Seneko here. They don't get that one tick off. Oh yeah, they will clean him up. And Seneko goes down, but they'll turn on mid as there was a TP in from Mag. Is there a disruption? No, he's already used it on solo. Plasma Field and the Static Link. 2 more right clicks, and Kuroki will finish off solo. Frostbite from Puppy on the mid, and they'll finish up Mag as well. Not looking good for Empire in that engagement. 3-0. Sven, Shadow Demon, and the Brewmaster all going down there. And no return kills for Empire. Even so, space created for Silent, but he's already been doing extremely well, sitting at 54 last hits. At least that drops Kuroki out of lane, so he loses some CS. But space created also for this Doom. He's got a Glove of Haste up, so he's 1,100 away from that Midas, presumably, that he'll be going. Midas Devours, a very strong combo, of course. And Kuroki taking up duties in the mid for the time being. Soul Catcher does go out on him, as well as the Disruption, but the Resolution just not here in time to skewer RP. Probably would have been enough to kill him if he hit the skewer or the RP, as well as a Shockwave or 2. With the Soul Catcher up, RP does do magical damage, yes, so unfortunately for them, the TP was just a bit late. Spirit doing some scouting top. I'm going to see Silent farming up the hard camp here, which is stacked. Big Daddy sitting at a level 6 now. He's gone for a 1-3-2 build, so he's not going to opt for the ult just yet. But he does only have boots, stout shield, ring of protection at this point. So he's pretty poor. We'll take a look at the net worth, probably getting about to that point at 10 minutes. And the cores of Secret are both leading it off. Of course, at a 2-0 for S4 and a a 2-0-1 for Kuroki certainly helped their cause in that sense. Silent has had pretty much total free farm. He hasn't left
Dire's
lane at
middle
all
tower
yet.
is under attack.
But we'll see if there's an engagement mid here. It looks like 4-on-3 in favor of Secret. As Silent, of course, is still farming the top lane. And Mag is 1v1ing Simba in the bot. Exorcism going to be popped here. Glyph can definitely be used by Empire, and should be, of course, as per the new changes to the glyphs here. So we'll see if they use that just to delay the inevitable here, and they do. A zoning plasma field coming out from Kuroki, and it looks like S4 will finish off this tower with ease stomp on 2 from Big Daddy, but they're not going to look to engage off it, although I pretty much think they could have, but not looking to engage into a skewer RP into that tier 2. So smart play from them, just taking the T1 and backing off here, trying to create a semblance of map control as well as choke out the Medusa, but not able to do that so far. Empire, although they've fed away 4 kills, which really isn't much considering they have to, and it's only 11 minutes in, they've done a good job of distracting Secret from Silence Medusa, and he's got a Yasha at 11 minutes in, as well as his Treads and Aquila. So complete free farm for this Dusa. A good thing for Secret if they got Treads, Aquila, Drums already on Kuroki, and Yule's Phase Boots, Null Talisman already for S4. Well, he needs 175 gold for this Yule's Scepter, so not far off in any respect there. Supports for Empire are going to be posturing up behind Mag, so they're going to bait him out bot lane and hope that Simba comes back, which it doesn't look like he will at this point, but they're certainly happy to see Mag farm a bit. He's got 1400 gold, and he's sitting at level 8. They're yet to see the primal split here, but coming out of the off lane, a 15-minute blink isn't terrible. And he's pretty much on pace to get that if he's able to stay in lane, but he's a little wary of the positioning of Secret, as no one except Kuroki is currently visible on the map, and so that'll slow his CS gain here and his gold gain as well. So he does see the Spirit come out from Big Daddy, and he will immediately back off, knowing that there's not much around here. So good on Big Daddy to create space. We've got a level 8 Doom already and level 7 Puppy. Puppy just PvEing all game. Resolution does grab up his blink here at 12.5 minutes. So not terrible timing, not amazing either, but against that Death Prophet mid, certainly admirable timing for the blink there. Mag will find some CS bottom, and he'll be well on his way to his blink as well at 1700 gold, so he's about 550 gold away there. Boots earn up for Saneko, pretty damn good for this 4 position Sven, but well underneath the 2 supports of Secret, despite having a couple deaths in the top lane. Big Daddy did get quite a lot done there, and as well, Puppy being in the jungle allowed him to get all around the map. Seeing as Puppy was never taking any lane experience. So if we take a look at the levels, the 2 supports of Empire are sitting at level 5, and the lowest player on Secret is level 7. So we take a look at the experience graph here, and almost a about a 2500 experience lead, actually around a little more than that, almost 3k at this point, about 2700 experience lead. 13-14 minutes in for Secret is great. They're going to have a smoke rotation here. They're also leading by 4k gold, in excess of 4k, and this is the perfect time to pick Mag off if they're able to kill him before he gets this primal split off with the silence. But there is a disruption here, so we'll see if they doom up Mag. Yep, they silence up Solo, so no defensive disruption. They'll look to TP out immediately, but the Crystal Maiden gonna clean them up with Freezing Field, and just ownage coming out of the first sight of Puppy is a successful one, and they get Mag in a very fortunate timing window where he's sitting at 2k gold, and that's going to delay his blink another 3 to 4 minutes here. So super unfortunate for Empire is that timing. Great smoke movement from Secret, and in fact they get a tower off it as well. Empire's going to look to trade, but they're going to be TPs in from S4, and they will get it for the side of the Dire. No last hit secured there, but they will get that, and Ring of Health comes out for Medusa. She can grab up her Void Stone at the side shop as well. and grab that Perseverance on her way to a Lincoln. So Blink RP is still up, yet to be used. Primal Split yet to be used. Stone Gaze yet to be used. So these 3 big team fight ults yet to be used for Empire. Doom, of course, used. Exorcism used a couple of times for Secret, as well as even the Freezing Field. No other Eye of the Storm yet, but we have an Ags on the way for Kuroki. He might even be building BKB pretty damn good into this Primal Split, as well as the Sven. RP, of course, still penetrates magical immunity, but Stomp goes out onto Mag. Plasma Field going to harass him right out of lane and delay his blink even more. He's probably just going to wait for this gold to tick out or sell his branch and
Dire's
buy up
bottom
that
tower
blink here.
is under
So,
attack.
15.5-minute blink is not terrible here. Blink skewer back onto Simba, as well as the Shockwave and the Stormbolt, and they'll right-click him down. Soul Catcher not really necessary there from Solo, but nonetheless, kill secured. Resolution in some trouble here. He's been linked up, and he's just going to look to TP out. Stone Gaze used, and probably rightfully so, as the Stomp canceled the TP there. But Yule's up onto Solo, Plasma Field, and a Crypt Storm. Nice defensive disruption here. Will Mag look to go in with a Primal Split? Nope, just a Soul Catcher and a Shadow Poison going out onto Kuroki, and they'll sacrifice Solo there to get everyone else away safely. So, nice defensive disruption to stall things up, as well as a Stone Gaze to help Resolution get out there by Silent. So, not a, you do use your big team fight ults, but you stop the bleeding for sure, so to speak. And 1,000 gold up on Silent, as well as his Perseverance. So, 1,100 away from that Ultimate Orb, not too far off his Lincoln's, about 2,500 at this point, 2,400 to be exact. And another smoke rotation going to come out here, as Doom is once again up, as well as Exorcism, but we will see S4 probably look to pressure this tier 1 top by himself, and they're going to find out Resolution. Top lane, Doom committed on him, as well as the Ancestral Spirit. Mag can look to go in, but probably will not. Stomp hits on Resolution as well. He does jump in with the Primal Split, and there is a defensive disruption on Resolution. He'll get denied up by Solo in the back lines, and they'll catch out Simba all alone trying to rotate upwards. So Silent will pick him off in the back lines. Sven will go down to Kuroki's Razor, and it looks like Solo will as well. Stone Gaze is going to be popped here from Silent, but he's not going to get well within range of Kuroki. Plasma Field going to pick off the Solo's Shadow Demon here, and then 2 kills go the way of Kuroki. So despite getting Simba, he's sitting at 4th on the net worth chart, and Kuroki's fed 2 kills there. So not really sure. It's actually 3 for 1 in favor of Secret, but there was a nice deny onto Resolution from Solo, so perhaps just denying him there would have worked out better and saving the disruption for someone else like Kuroki, keeping him out of the fight. But nonetheless, 3 for 1 for Secret. BKB is coming out here in 400 gold, 375 for Secret, or for Kuroki, I should say. And looking at this Crystal Maiden, despite having Great Farm, she does only have Tranquils earned, but the levels is really what's more influential at this point. She's level 9, and so is Big Daddy to the level 6 of both Solo and Seneko. So that's certainly where the big gap is here. Of course, Medusa topping off the charts, Mag holding pretty much well with S4's level 12, Death Prophet sitting at level 11.5 here on his Magnus. Sorry, I said Resolution. I should say Resolution, not Mag. A little early for me there, guys. But offlaners sitting at 10 and 11 for Empire and Secret respectively. So everywhere else is pretty much parity. Of course, there's a slight edge to Secret as they are up 10 and 4, but they will find out Solo. He will defensively disrupt himself, but it'll only delay the inevitable, and he'll get picked up by the Scorched Earth of Simba. The Yule Scepter up in the air, but a nice RP on 2, and a Skewer back with a Stormbolt hitting on both Big Daddy and S4, but they just don't have the firepower to bring down S4, and in fact, bringing him closer to them really spells their doom with Exorcism up. Literally, Doom onto Resolution. He'll fall as well, and it's another 3 for 0 for Secret. Not even a 3-for-1 this time, so Exorcism used to good effect here from S4. He was able to sustain himself with this Reaver up at 20 minutes in. The farm of this DP is crazy. Phase, Yule's bottle, full magic wand, and Reaver 20 minutes in. So without that Reaver there, he potentially dies. We're gonna get a disconnect from Solo here. I don't want to say that he's tilting right now, but it's possible. But it is only 13-4, and they do have this Medusa as their insurance policy here, and Medusa is certainly one of the better insurance policies in the game, along with Spectre and, of course, Terrorblade, as we saw last night. Of course, Terrorblade only stands out in his ability to split push, much like the Naga. But Medusa, Fat Medusa is certainly nothing to scoff at, much like a Spectre at that point. A 1200 gold onto Puppy. We'll see what he looks to build into here. Don't think we'll see a point booster into Ags. I just don't think that ult is strong enough with someone like Crystal Maiden. Even with the Aghanims probably sitting at 1100 health and just standing there in the middle. Perhaps he goes for a BKB here. Perhaps he goes for another Yule's Scepter. To keep S4 alive in team fights. Wouldn't mind that choice at all. Big Daddy going to port bottom. He's going to D in the tower here, which was being pushed in by Silent. Of course, Silent playing very safe as he has been all game. He's going to back off. BKB's out for Kuroki now. Any other new items on the field? We do have point booster out for Simba. He's building towards his Aghanim Scepter
Dire's
here.
middle tower is under attack.
And rotations are happening bottom here. Blink is out for Mag, of course, was out a little while ago. But other than that, not much. It looks like Sven may be going Midas here to transition to the late game. Nope, just picks up his power treads. Had the gloves of haste for a moment here. So S4 in the top lane doesn't have Exorcism up. Not going to try anything on Silent, even if he did. Not sure that he was able to bring him down there with the mana shield up. So we'll take a look at the net worth chart, and the top 4 are dominated by Secret, but of course Silent still holds the throne in that sense there, just being able to farm the way he has and the space being created for him. So score is 13-4 for Secret, but it doesn't feel like this game is really out of reach at all for Empire. They get a primal split off as well as an RP in one of these fights, and they're certainly able to turn it. The advantage has been for Secret that they've been getting the jump and been getting the Doom off. Even when they got the jump top, they just didn't have the follow-up for Empire. Only Solo and Resolution were there. So 2-men RP skewer towards the tower just didn't do enough. And Central Spirit going to go on to Mag as well as Earth Splitter. He fake cast the Primal Split, and Poppy going to scout out in the trees. Jump in, clap, Primal Split. BKB goes out on Kuroki though, so he's going to have to look for another target, Mag, as he finds S4 here, and Exorcism is not up. Drum's going to get popped. Stone Gaze popped in the background, and Exorcism popped here. Saneko gonna die after to a Crypt Swarm after throwing a Storm Bolt out on Kuroki. Soul Catcher is up on Kuroki, but jump in RP only on 1 from Resolution, and they're gonna have to back off of that. Disruption onto Solo is actually gonna stop him from, or onto Secret is gonna stop him from taking a shockwave to the face. So actually did kind of help them out. S4 gonna pick up Solo in the side there with a double kill. Of course, the Brewlings were taken out in the backside for Mag, and here's a free tier 3 for Secret here. So Stone Gaze, it was popped and is down, so Silent just doing some harass, stealing some mana with the Mystic Snake, and actually we'll see Secret back out here. So perhaps they look to re-engage, but note everyone being up in 5 seconds, they'll just take a T3 and 3 kills, which is certainly favorable for them. No fight recap with the Hell Voval. I wanted to see what the swing was there, but of course heavily in the favor of Secret. Of course, once again, Silent does not die, but he has looked pretty underwhelming at this point. Of course, it's only 23 minutes in, and this is a Medusa with a Lincoln's Yasha Aquila Treads, full magic wand, and 1400 gold. So still maintaining the top of the net worth chart, despite being 5-0-4 on S4's Death Prophet and 5-0-5 on Kuroki's Razor, as well as having the Doom Devour Midas combo here. He's got his Ags up, Simba does, so they're going to have to get the hell out of the fight if they doom him. Otherwise, they'll be doomed pretty much for the duration of Simba's life. and that is super unfortunate there. Ags, I think, is a lot stronger than most people give it credit for on Doom, especially in the 3 position. So I do like this pickup, not something that helps the team out so much. Generally, you see Dooms build into things like ACs or Shivas here after the blink, but I like the Ags pickup, and I honestly think that Shivas is of course good, but I think that S4 could build into it, and we could have an AC come out from Simba, which helps out the Exorcism as well as their push, which is not particularly strong without an Ags on Kuroki. And actually, Kuroki will be the one to go for the Assault Cuirass. So instead of him going for the Aghanims and the Assault Cuirass on Simba, it looks like he'll go for that, or perhaps a Shivas, but not a common build on a Razor. So Resolution does have his 4 staff, definitely something we've seen him use, so not so much news to us, but something I haven't mentioned. Mag is pretty freaking poor on this brew out of the off lane, sitting at 4,800 net worth, barely above his own supports, underneath both supports from Secret. Puppy gonna have a Vit booster here. Perhaps he looks to build into a Rod of Aoi. Courier did just come out and bring a plate mail towards S4, so he will be building the Shivas. Kuroki on the AC there, so definitely they need both those items, or both those items would be super beneficial to their lineup, which I mentioned. So certainly agree with both of those item pickups, especially following the heart on S4. He is so damn tanky, 2100 health at this point. Ewell's is up for Big Daddy as well, so perhaps that's why Puppy opts to go for something a little different. A Rod of Aoi certainly helps here. Get a priority target like Medusa slowed from a very long range, and the Exorcism can do a lot of work against her. So we'll take a look at this push mid lane. We'll see if Empire wants to defend it. Sorry guys, woke up a little early for this one. I guess I went to bed late more than just waking up early. S4 going to put some pressure into the mid lane as well as Kuroki. They're just going to stand in the front lines being as tanky as they are, and Sketo with the Ancestral Spirit, and they'll get this Tifa 2 for free. No glyph committed here from Empire. They're worried about the high ground push, but perhaps we see a retreat into Roshan. No real affection or attention shown to Roshan. He's pretty lonely this matchup. 26 minutes in and no one's even said hi, so Big Daddy going to push out the wave here bottom, and they'll probably proceed to go in, especially with this double damage here for Kuroki. He does have pretty much the makings of his AC, 1,000 gold away from that Hyperstone, and perhaps they wait for S4 to rotate towards the bottom. They've got the lanes pushed in, and they don't see Mag in the top lane right now, but they will eventually. They don't see pretty much any of Empire here, but Empire are pretty aware that they're towards the Roche pit. If they're not pro Dota players. They don't see them in lane, and they know the kind of advantage they have and what Roshan would do for their push here. So looks like they'll just look to farm, though, maybe the next tier of items, and play it safe. Perhaps they're worried about retreat and smoke gank, waiting for them at the Roche pit, but Roche gonna drop real quick, especially with this DD on Kuroki. And 2100 gold up on Simba's Doom here. We'll see what he looks to go into next. That the Shivas and the AC are both already being built for the team here, so perhaps he goes for some right click, or a BKB of his own is probably the most likely choice here for Simba. So a couple BKBs come out, and all of a sudden Primal Split is a lot less intimidating than it once was. So only BKB in the game right now is Kuroki's. It doesn't look like anyone's building into that immediately, but the Rod of Aoi did come out here for Puppy, and that's going to be a huge addition to their team fight, as well as to his health and mana pool. And his damage, his right-click damage from the CM as well. So 1,200 gold sitting on Saneko. He's not going to get much anytime soon. Neither is Mag, it seems. He's only got a Sage's Mask on him. Anything on the Courier? No, just a Ring of Protection, so that'll be a Bassi. Bassi coming out for Mag. 28 minutes in. The Crystal Maiden is more farmed than him, and so is the Elder Titan. So sad story here for the off-lane Brewmaster of Empire, and even the mid-lane Magnus pretty shut down. He has his, his necessary toolkit, his bare necessities here with the Blink Force, so Something else would be nice for the team though. Exorcism popped here. Gonna go to work on the range racks. Stomp gonna hit on one, as well as the Earth Splitter gonna hit on Silent. He's gonna get forced out from Resolution. They're gonna pop the Glyph here. Do they look to go in? Nope. Secret staying pretty spread. To avoid the RP. Plasma Field going to go out on Solo. Exorcism going to bring down the melee racks, and they're going to bring down the range racks as well for free. Mag going to jump in. He's going to Primal Split, but he doesn't get a clap off on anyone. He'll drop a boulder into Kuroki before the BKB is popped. The BKB is popped thereafter, and he's cleaning up the Brewlings pretty damn quick. Stone Gaze is going to pop in retreat for Silent, but a Blink RP on 4, and a Stormbolt going to hit on all 3 of them, and they're going to start cleaning them up with the split shot. Aegis is popped on Kuroki, but Doom goes out onto Silent here. Do they have enough for Kuroki? He's just going to turn Plasma Field and put a few right clicks into Solo. Can Solo get away in the tree line? He is running, and no, one last right click from Kuroki. Going to finish him off there. Puppy does die in the backlines. Stormbolt going to sound Mag's retreat here, as well as Silent coming out with the Doom expiring here. Mystic Snake going to go out on Simba and Kuroki. Just going to push them back for now. Is there a Blink Skewer or a Blink Clap? No, it doesn't look like it. But Drunken Brawler, Blink Skewer onto Kuroki. Yule's up from S4. Do they have enough to bring him down? The Stomp whiffs, but Mag going to go down to a level death and a right click here. Mystic Snake going to go out, Blink in from Simba as well as Big Daddy. But Silent just standing here and tanking them up and trying to bring them down. Blink in Shockwave from Resolution, but a turn and a level death from Simba is going to bring him down as well. So Elder Titan for a Magnus, not a good trade there. And Silent makes the wrong move down right, and a blink out from Simba is going to get him away. Kuroki just going to look to Plasma Field into Solo. He's going to miss that one, and he's going to go uphill here, and Silent is able to take him out if he gets back in, but the last right click will clean up Solo from S4 here, guys, and really good trade there. For Secret, they get a full set of racks. They do trade away quite a bit, but having the Aegis there, I believe, gives them the edge. We'll check it out. Yeah, just barely. 500 gold swing, loss of 200, gain of 2. Oh, actually, that fight is only the 1 kill here. So, thanks for that fight recap, Volvo. But regardless, it looks to be pretty grim for Empire here. However, Medusa still hasn't died, sitting at 3-0-4 at 31 minutes on Silence. So good on him to be pretty damn disciplined here. He's using his Stone Gaze when he retreats though, and perhaps being able to use it aggressively at one point would be awesome for him. They did take out the CM very early there, so we didn't see much use out of that Rod of Aoi for Puppy, and nor the Freezing Field, which is, I mean, seldom gets off, especially in the late game. Gonna see an engagement here top, perhaps. Puppy is in the front lines with the Rod of Aoi popped, and the Stomp gonna go out onto Solo. The Yule's up onto Seneko here. He'll get Force Staff back, and Resolution will blink out. So perhaps Solo will die after the defensive disruption, but perhaps they bait out an Exorcism a little early there. They will lose their T2, but only losing the Shadow Demon on a around 25-second respawn time is not that bad. They don't have a wave here yet. Just now, the backdoor protection will not really matter. Didn't quite go down yet, but they do bait out an Exorcism, and S4 will go bottom and look to defend with mass TPs against Silent. He has a Yule, so Silent needs to probably turn in Stone Gaze here. Shiva's popped on him. He's going to Yule's him up in just a moment. Puppy's going to come in with the Frost Blast, as well as the Scorcher from Simba. He'll be able to blink Doom. Actually, Lincoln Sphere's going to pop the Lincolns here, so perhaps Silent is able to get away. Resolution and Mag waiting in the wings. A jump in from Simba. The Spirit going to scout him out. He's going to Doom up Mags, and the Stone Gaze is going to turn. It's not going to get anyone but Puppy pretty much here. He's going to turn. He'll get Storm Bolted in the face, and he will go down defensive disruption onto Solo. But in the meantime, Mag was picked up. Silent manning up though, 2-man RP and the Skewer. He's going to pick up KKY here. Kuroki. Yules is only going to delay the inevitable for S4. He'll go down as well. Nice play from Resolution to get a triple kill up here for Silent. He's doing extremely well, and the comeback is real here for Empire, guys. Big throws in the bot lane, not having Exorcism up. Simba with a nice play to blink in, as well as Big Daddy scouting out the Brewmaster, denying them the Primal Split, but still the RP was there, and a great amount of patience shown there from Resolution on the Magnus. He was being, pretty much shut out of the game, except on the defensive front with this RP, and he finally uses it in an aggressive manner, and it it garners a triple kill for Silence. So excellent engagement there. Bottom to get what they can. They lose the Brew. They lose, I believe, Solo as well as Sven. So it might have been a 3-for-3, but certainly advantageous for them, being as Silent got all 3 kills that they were able to secure bottom. So that's a relic out for Silent. So we'll see if he goes Rapier. He hasn't died yet. So yeah, PDS Doto, whoever that is, yep, everyone's spamming it out here. So relic may be purchased here, guys. Hopefully we get some heroic items here. Empire, Silence, Medusa. Is there a smoke here? No, but there is on Big Daddy, and there's a gem as well on Puppy. So looking to take out the map control, of course. Yeah, not much seen here from Team Empire, not much at all. They in fact have no vision whatsoever. Not much from either team, so they have a lot of sentries up to D-ward, but this will be free gold at the end of the day for Team Secret as they come across the map to start warding and D-warding. So Mag gonna do some farming. He's looking to build into a Vlad's for the team, so certainly a good pickup, certainly very late as well. Looks like a BKB being built here for Sven, unless he goes into this Aghanims, but probably would have picked up the point booster prior to the Ogre Club here, so Ogre Club. I always want to say Ogre Axe from Dota 1. Yep, Roshan respawning in a couple minutes here. Yep, 2.5 minutes. Bounty Rune is bottom, Illusion is top. Take a look at the item progression for S4. It looks like he's building into a refresher here with this Oblivion staff. We're going to see a 4-man smoke, 5-man smoke from Team Secret here towards the Roche Pit. They're going to see he's not up. Scout that with a Spirit, and they'll go up ground, and they will perhaps find Mag. Nope, he's backing off. Pretty timely manner here. Resolution probably the only one to be able to be caught out, but he blinks away, so pretty much a wasted smoke at this point. Empire privy to the fact that no one is on the map, so good awareness from them. They will see one of their wards get dewarded here top if they paid attention there. Of course, Sentry's not giving vision, but they will see it disappear there, as well as this one in quick succession, so that will tip them off to being Secret being revealed. So they do have the 1 lane ward here, and it's not going to see too much, so doesn't quite get the Roche Pit there. This is a nice new ward for the Dire, or the Radiant side. Seeing quite a bit from the Dire, especially in the rotations through these trees in the early game. So not quite as effective late game, but still nice to scout out rotations into the bot lane, as well as the Roche Pit from this path here that Solo is currently walking.
Is a great conductor.
He's going to go right there and drop an Observer as well. Good thing neither team buys sentries. However, Puppy does have a gem here, so perhaps that's dewarded pretty soon. Could see an engagement here, bot lane. Everyone pretty stranded to the right. Jump in, clap, and a split from Mag. Stonegate's going to go out too. Yule's going to be popped on the backline. Saneko's going to pick off Puppy. It looks like a Doom going to be popped onto Silent though, and Silent's going to go down. He does have the Rapier. The Rapier is on the ground. Who's picked up the Rapier here? Do they even see it? It's still on the ground after the RP. No one sees this freaking Rapier. Mag is going to go down. That's a 4-man, almost 5-man wipe there. And Kuroki going to pick up the Rapier, and the GG is called. So initiation onto Silent there. Going to sound the horn here as game taken in anticlimactic fashion for Team Secret. Well played by them to get the... I gotta say, Fly played really well in all the engagements. Even the one they lost bottom, he was able to jump in and get the Doom off on a primary target. I don't think I ever saw a Doom wasted, except for the one that was denied mid. But even then, it won them the team fight by zoning out the Mag there. So the Magnus, of course, not Mag the player. But yeah, well played by Secret. They go to 10-1. In the Starladder EU Russia qualifiers. I am More Rage Plays Dota, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. Thank you for joining me for this first for this first matchup of day 28 of Starladder Season 10 European and Russian qualifiers. Just going to take a look here at the standings, guys, for you. Yeah, Empire 7 and 5 going into this game. They did they update this one here? No. So 7 and 5 going into this game. They'll be 7 and 6. Pretty much 6 losses ensures that you're more or less out of the tournament there. Unfortunately for them, as everyone 4 and above has 5 losses. So unless Alliance loses and Alliance loses their last and final game up against Virtus Pro Polar or former NVMI, and Empire wins out versus Virtus Pro and 4 Anchors, which is the old Fnatic, pretty much the Fin stack there. Empire's hopes are pretty much gone here, guys. So yeah, unfortunately for them, they are pretty much out of the tournament, sitting at 7 and 6. Yeah, so they'll only actually be able to have 9 wins total. And let's see the one-on-one Alliance versus Empire here. Empire lost, so Alliance would win that tiebreaker. So Empire is effectively eliminated from the tournament unless Na'Vi loses both of their remaining games. And Na'Vi did lose to Empire, so the hopes are still alive for Empire. If Na'Vi loses to both Fnatic, which is the old MYM, as well as Team Secret, and the way Team Secret is playing, you can probably consider that a fair assumption that they will lose that game. But I don't feel like they'll lose both there. But the hopes are still alive for Empire. So we'll see Na'Vi on the last couple days. Actually, the very last day, October 7th, Na'Vi is going to play both their games. And they've only played 13 games out of 15 so far. So definitely going to be some implications there at that point. Tinker sitting at 10 and 2 right now. Secret sitting at 10 and 1. So Secret really has nothing to worry about. It looks like that 10 win mark is what's going to make you top 4. Of course, for UC9 fans like myself, it's unfortunate that Cloud9 is sitting at 9 and 6, just outside looking in. So it doesn't look like they're going to make it to Kiev for the Starladder LAN finals, but looking pretty good for Tinker. Team Secret at this point, Na'Vi pretty much has their fate in their own hands, as does Alliance. If Alliance is able to win their last game here, up against NVMI or Virtus Pro Polar, as I had mentioned before, they're looking good to make it as well. So right now we're going to see probably Tinker, Secret, Na'Vi, and Alliance go through here. No one else really has a chance except for Virtus Pro here. Virtus Pro's only played 9 games. They're 5 and 4. So if they win at least 5 of their last 6, then they have a chance there. So gonna be a tough road for VP. They have to face Empire, Secret, Tinker, Fnatic, Power Rangers, and Album Sheet there. So pretty much only, not to flame them at all, but 2 or 3 winnable games unless Secret and Tinker throw or troll draft or creatively draft, because they have a clinched position in the top 4. I don't think seeding matters as it is a qualifier. It may in terms of the bracket in the LAN final in Kiev. So in any case, you really don't see Dota teams throwing games, pro teams, because it's just good to get the professional practice there. But in the same respect, they may try some funny drafts, seeing as how they've already clinched the spot. So we'll see. Virtus Pro's hopes still barely alive. Empire's as well. If they see Na'Vi lose, they can't get through with Alliance losing, but they certainly first and foremost have to win their next 2 games, sitting at 7 and 6. So unfortunate for Empire there. We probably just saw what will eventually eliminate them. And well played by Secret once again, only losing 1 game so far in this entire qualifier to Alliance. They lost that pretty early on. So well played, well played. Thank you for joining me again. I am More Rich. Please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and I will be back shortly. There is another Starladder matchup starting in 10 minutes from now. It is Hellraisers versus Power Rangers, but they are sitting at 4 and 8 as well as 6 and 6 respectively. So Power Rangers can win out here and finish at 10 and 6. Actually, they can finish on 9 and 6 at best, which is not enough to get them in. There is only 15 games, not 16. Good math. So there are, yeah, as I mentioned before, 0 implications on that game. And as well, I'm pretty worried about it leaking into the time slot for SNA versus Empire. And so I will be casting the Dota Pit SNA versus Empire in 56 minutes at 1 p.m. Eastern, guys, or 7 CEST, or 10 PDT there. So join me back in 56 minutes, guys, and I will be playing up. Yeah, terrible. I know. I'm freaking terrible. This account was created a long time ago. I should really smurf. It only takes 40 games now to get a rank. But I'll be back in 56 minutes, guys. Thank you for joining me once again. I am More Rage Please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and that was Starladder Season 10. Day 28 for the Europe and Russia qualifiers. We will have NVMI versus Secret very later on this evening, 4 hours from now, all as well in the Starladder Season 10 Europe and Russia qualifier. So I'll be covering that as well. And join me later on today. Thanks for joining me, guys. I love y'all. This is More Rage Please.